wrestling shape because they want him back in the ring, apparently.
Yeah, I just hope it's not against Baron Corbin.
Yeah.
Again, this is part of the reason why I can't watch pro wrestling.
Well, listen,
if Baron Corbin's on my television...
Well, honestly, think if he does wrestle Baron Corbin, hopefully it's just a quick squash, get him back in the ring, let him, settle in, and then you could start him off again. And then we can retire him twice, like Ric Flair, and, we'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if... Angle officially ever retired like Flair.
Well, they put him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, but, there's been plenty of guys that have been in the Hall of Fame, whether it's Hogan, he got in the Hall of Fame, he obviously wrestled after that. I don't know if that's the be-all, end-all of your not allowed to wrestle.
Never re-wrestled in the WWE after, did he?
Yes. Hogan got in 2005. That summer, he fought Shawn Michaels at SummerSlam, and then he fought Orton in 2006. So, yeah, I mean, it has happened, but, for the most part, when you're in the Hall of Fame, it's kind of like, that's the end of your career. I just want to go over quickly. I know you guys did it last week. I wasn't here.
Yeah.
SummerSlam. What did you think about the show?
I thought SummerSlam was solid.
It was decent.
I thought it was solid compared to other pay-per-views. Looking at Extreme Rules, how awful that one was.
Or even WrestleMania. I didn't think it was that great.
That wasn't that amazing.
Yeah.
But I thought this was good. I was very disappointed that there were no NXT call-ups afterwards. But disappointed but happy because I love everyone that's down in NXT. So I kind of am okay with all of them being where they are. But as far as SummerSlam goes, I think there was a lot of wasted potential, a lot of stupid moves. Like, did the New Day beat the Bludgeon Brothers? I don't understand. Braun Strowman and Kevin Owens.
Wait, go back to that. Why did what?
Why did the New Day beat the Bludgeon Brothers?
Well, they beat them by disqualification.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm saying. Oh, I'm sorry. That was SmackDown on Tuesday night when they still beat them
because
for the title.
Eric Rowan got injured at the event, so they had. So I would suspect that title change wouldn't have happened on Tuesday rather.
Yeah, but
we don't know.
But it's like I don't understand it, and I don't understand why they even had this match. I
thought it delivered. I thought surprisingly I enjoyed the match. I thought it was much better than I was expecting.
But here's my thing: is that Harper is so good.
Yeah.
That guy is so good. It's hard to not have a good match with him.
I'd make him one of my faces of the franchise. If I had to, draft, if there was an actual draft, he'd be a top 5 draft pick for me personally if I was starting
I completely agree with you. He's so good, and Rowan is just whatever. You let him get the hell beat out of him, which they did, which I thought was great. The New Day also are so good. Big E and Xavier Woods. I think Kofi Kingston, as far as in-ring work, is the workhorse of them.
Yeah,
but
I really like the way...
But these guys they're all so good.
Yeah, Big E really runs the ropes phenomenally. I think he's super strong.
It's amazing.
They're all talented. They all have charisma. I wouldn't mind seeing a potential heel turn because they can be really good heels. It's just their merchandise is so over. It's tough.
Which it doesn't... honestly, I said it last week. It doesn't matter. People are going to cheer for you anyway.
Yeah,
Stone Cold is a terrible morale, morally is a terrible character. But people cheered for him and went crazy.
But he was marketed as the babyface eventually.
But he was so cheered and so loved that he could slap a baby and people would go crazy for it. It doesn't matter as long as you write it the right way, where people can cheer for it and get behind it. People will get behind it and cheer for it, especially nowadays when Cody Rhodes said it when he said he was looking at booking All In, that he looks at it this way, that the people are going to cheer for whoever the hell they want to cheer for. Doesn't matter if you're the face or the heel or anything. Like looking at SmackDown, Becky Lynch, she turned heel and during SummerSlam, which I think is great. I think it's amazing, and everyone's cheering for Becky Lynch. Mm-hmm. Why did she come out and cut a promo saying that everyone was against her? Literally for the last 3 months, she has been nothing but getting the biggest pops in the business.
I think this is a promo that Roman Reigns should have been cutting.
That is the Roman Reigns promo right there, and there you can have the whole Shield kind of turn. You can have maybe Seth be like the outlier, be like, oh well, people cheered for me and whatever. But that's a different story.
WWE...
Becky should have been like, you know what? I'm doing my thing, and I know you're behind me, but I'm doing it the way I want to do it. Make it sound like she's being evil, but because the people want her to be evil. Kind of, in that kind of a way. Almost like how Stone Cold said, hey, you want me to beat the hell out of Vince McMahon and his family? Well, here, I'll drive a Miller Lite truck and blast them with beer. Is that a good thing for a person to do? No, but guess what? The people wanted it. And Stone Cold said, screw that. I'm doing it. It's like it's stuff like that, and you cannot tell me that you're gonna write a promo for her saying, "Oh, none of you believe in me," while the crowd is cheering for her and going crazy for her.
That is a Brooklyn post SummerSlam crowd, so I don't know, if she would have been booed if it was, in Idaho.
3 months now, every time she comes out, she gets the biggest pops of any female.
WWE,
and that's including Charlotte.
Yeah.
She's getting bigger pops than Charlotte. She's getting bigger pops than Ronda Rousey. People are going nuts for her every SmackDown Live. They did a poll online. Were you always with Becky Lynch? Mm-hmm. She won by like 95 to 98%. Everyone loves her, and you're gonna turn her on the fans on no ground. I could see if people when she came out, no one cheered, but no one booed. No one cheered, but no one booed. It's like, all right, whatever. There's no reaction. But when you hear that music in the crowd, I'm going crazy. Come on.
I think it's just a safe thing to do.
You're
going to
lie? You're going to straight up lie? Oh, you all booed me. No, we didn't. No one booed you.
It is stupid.
Everyone cheered you.
We'll see what they could do with it.
They need to rewrite that.
Any matches? What would you think was the match of the night at SummerSlam?
The match of the night for SummerSlam for me, I think, was Samoa Joe and AJ Styles.
Agreed.
These two guys killed each other. I think Miz and Bryan's a very close second place.
That was a great story, Miz and Bryan. I don't know if the in-ring stuff really lived up to it.
I say it was very, very close with in-ring, with the story and everything. But Joe and AJ are on their own level when it comes to the way they work.
Samoa Joe and Daniel Bryan's on their level. It's just the Miz, who I love. It's just not, the in-ring star that these three are, Bryan, Joe, and Styles. But the way Samoa Joe has been written lately is brilliant.
This guy's on his own level of consciousness when it comes to taking that mic and doing his thing. AJ Styles, I think, is a great in-ring performer. I don't really like him so much when he grabs the mic.
He's all right. He's competent. He's not a guy you boo. He's not like a Roman.
He's okay. He's not. There's no fault there. Yeah. There's no fault. He's okay. He's good. But Samoa Joe grabs that mic. And
it's must listen.
It's you need to be paying attention. And the way he calls out, putting Styles' wife in that crowd was an incredible move. Calling the kid out, saying, "I'm going to be your dad." That
really good stuff.
Some amazing stuff. I want to see these guys in a Hell in a Cell.
Something with blood. I know we're not going to get it.
I want to see these two kill each other.
I thought the opener was really good too, though. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, Seth Rollins
really set the show off.
Well, she always does. Seth always starts the show off very well. Vince loves starting the shows off with Seth, and I think it's good and it's bad because it's great. Oh, we had a great match, but it's like now the match after that is going to suffer, which was the New Day in. But no,
I think it did fine though. I think the show started to lose its steam after the Miz and Bryan match.
No, I think the
Shinsuke versus Jeff Hardy, the crowd was dead.
The crowd was dead because you had Finn Balor squash Baron Corbin. Which, let me ask you a question. You say you need to win a match, so you bring the Demon out to beat Baron Corbin in a minute, right?
Yeah.
The next night, you go up for the Universal title match. That's not a must-win. You don't bring the Demon out to win that match.
Listen.
Roman Reigns calls Finn Balor out, and he goes, all right, let me just be normal me that loses all the time and not be like the almost undefeated and undestroyable Demon.
In theory, it makes no sense. Why wouldn't he just be the Demon every single time?
No, not even every single time, but on a must-win match.
Yeah.
Look, for the universe. So you're actually, this is the crazy thing. That was the first Universal title rematch ever. You know that.
What do you mean?
Finn Balor, that last night was the first time that he got his. That was his rematch.
His first rematch. Yeah, since he lost.
That was the first rematch for the Universal title. There's been no rematch for that belt.
You mean a guy? Well, that's not a rematch because Roman didn't face.
I
Finn
know.
Balor.
What I'm saying is
that's the first time a former champion has gotten another chance at the title.
Yes,
because we had Owens who never got his title shot against Goldberg and Lesnar, and then Lesnar obviously doesn't wrestle, so he's not going to get anything. And then Balor never got his opportunity back. The two things I really didn't like about
which I don't understand that. And then it's just like it is other things in SummerSlam that I can go on and on about, like how the first match of the night was Almas and Vega versus Lana and Rusev. Those are four incredibly talented, or three incredibly talented people. Lana's getting there. She improves every week. But those are three incredibly talented people. I think Almas and Vega are the future for SmackDown Live. These two, I could see him being a WWE champion. I could see her going to, getting up there as far as the women go. And Rusev, I think, is one of the most misused men in maybe all of wrestling.
Yeah, I think the boat has sailed on Rusev
he still gets these cheers, but
it's not going to be the same. It's not the same as it was, a few months ago. Listen, we can talk about SummerSlam for a whole time.
But I thought Ronda Rousey was awesome.
She was fine. I think it just, it made the credibility of the women's champion something that's not, that I was a fan of, because you had Alexa Bliss, who's been champion on and off 5 times now, and she's supposed to be this competent champion who has the ability to, go head-to-head against a legend like Trish Stratus, which they booked for next month's women's pay-per-view.
Yep.
And now you have her just essentially be able to get 0 offense in against Ronda Rousey. So it's like you have Ronda Rousey sort of like a China-type figure. She's a women's wrestler who essentially, her only competition seems like it could only be Nia Jax. I mean, how is anybody going to be a threat? How is someone like Carmella or any female? How is Nikki Bella, her next rumored opponent, supposed to be able to fight someone like Ronda Rousey? It makes 0 sense.
And also, let me ask you a question here. The Bella Twins were out watching.
I hate them.
Yeah.
Their voices. They came on. I have to stand up because I'm so angry. Just they're like, Brian, how are you? They're Kardashians of the WWE. They look like them. They sound like them. The fans hate them. Whenever they talk, they get booed. And it's this awful effect that Brian is getting booed because he's associated with Brie Bella, and now they're going to be teaming up to take on The Miz and Maurice. I expect The Miz and Maurice to be getting cheered in their next match. That's happening. No one likes the Bellas. I hate them. I'm sure they're nice people.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, from a pure story perspective, your husband has a match, and the person he's wrestling, his wife, that opponent's wife, is ringside.
Yeah, why isn't she
Would
there?
you be ringside?
It makes no sense.
But you'll be ringside for your friend.
Yeah.
Who your sister's gonna fight in a couple of months.
Yeah, and why
you'll watch her match. Oh, there's no reason for them to be friends also, by the way.
And the other thing quickly I didn't like was Braun Strowman defeating Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, to
waste.
me, Kevin Owens is top 5 performer in this company. If you want to talk a guy like Joe, who has the ability to talk on the mic and entice a crowd, but also a credible in-ring performer. And that's where I see a guy like Joe being different from a guy like The Miz. Joe can back it up.
Yeah.
If Joe could go head-to-head with Brock Lesnar, and you wouldn't think it would be a squash match, Joe could go up versus Braun Strowman. I just don't see a guy like The Miz being able to do that. And I love The Miz, but I always thought of Owens as that. I always thought Owens was a guy who has the ability in the ring to, he beat John Cena, his debut match, and now you're having him...
He stomped all over the WWE, the U.S. title, one of them.
Yeah, the U.S. title, because he was doing the U.S. title challenge at the time. You have Braun Strowman beat this guy in 1 minute 50 seconds? What's the point of even having this match? What did Kevin Owens do behind the scenes that made this happen?
And it's not even like they established, all right, Braun Lesnar...
Braun
Strowman is strong. Yes, you haven't been doing that for a month and a half.
Strowman.
I hate him too. I want him to lose I wanted him to lose his Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
I wanted him to lose because honestly, I don't get the allure.
I don't like
Braun
the I liked it when he was not forefront. He wasn't forced. They would just kind of hint at how good he is, but now he's so shoved down our throats as being, look at him, he's so fast. I've never seen anybody move this fast.
Yeah,
no, you just, his opponents are just running slow, so it looks like he's running fast. I've never seen somebody this strong, but he's tipping over a semi-truck. Oh, maybe because there's strings attached to that semi-truck. It's all a facade. Everything about this man is fake. I'm not a fan of him.
I completely agree with you. I think, honestly, if you had a race between him and Finn Balor
would kill him.
No argument Finn Balor would outrun him. Even Baron Corbin, I think, because Baron Corbin was a football player. Yeah. He can run. I don't think Braun Strowman can run that hard. Sure, maybe he can hit really hard, but like, he can hit really hard, but really slow. It's like, all right, so they had a guy debut in NXT. It's like Keith Lee.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Big man. You can do some very impressive things.